You said in your book that if you just do this one thing, not believe your next thought, everything else will be taken care of. Everything will reveal itself to you. It cannot hide, you say. Is it really enough, Guruji? Yes. Let's start now. In this moment, before going to your next thought, you are not confused about who you are. How and why is that? It is not your natural state to not know who you are. It is like you were auditioning for a play, but you got so involved in it that it is the character which is now, the play character which is now trying to find its own source. You see? What has happened is that the audition became so sticky that it left this mind to remind you of your dream character. So if you just keep that aside for some time, not with a sense of aversion or pushing it aside, it is not don't believe your next thought with a sense of fear, no, 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 I must run from my thoughts or something. Just in a simple, natural openness. Just allow them to come and go. Don't pick up a notion about yourself because all notions are limitations. You are here effortlessly and you are aware of this existence effortlessly. A thought is a step, an offer to take a step somewhere, an offer to take a position, to make a reference point about yourself. Before you take this offer, where are you? You are here. As what? Thoughts do not have answers to these. Even if it claims it does, those answers are not true. But your insight is true. That is why it is very simple. I used to say very often, almost every day, that there are three main pointings. To be rid of suffering, because suffering is a limited, is the play of the limited self. And the only limitation can happen when you pick up a limited notion about yourself. So to be rid of suffering, all that one has to do, if it is a doing at all, actually it is a non-doing. All that one has to do is not believe your next thought. And many have said that, ah, yes, I cannot suffer unless I believe what this mind is telling me. It always has to do with this limited notion about myself. Then you might ask me, okay, this is fine. I'm not suffering anymore. But what about God? Can you show me God? And then I would say, yes, I can show you God if you just try for one moment to stop being, don't exist for one instant. You will see that this existence is here and this existence doesn't have any boundary, doesn't have a definition, doesn't have shape or size. I exist. I am. This existence is consciousness, what most people call God. Then you might ask me, but what about that which is the absolute? There's this old Sufi story about higher than God. I am. What is this? And mostly there will come a disbelief when I tell you that to come to this highest, all you have to do is inquire into this simple question: am I aware now? This I that is aware, which one is this one? Now the questions are very simple, but if we allow the same old techniques to hijack them, which is trying to answer them conceptually or use some prior knowledge, even what you learned in previous satsang, if you try to apply that, it won't work. It must be completely fresh, like an infant child. You cannot use these questions from a position. I know actually that many have also tried don't believe your next thought from a personal position and reported back to me and said it doesn't work. Because you're trying to solve something personally and you're trying to use this master key to open that lock. It's not a personal strategy. It will not help. It's not a cheat code to having a prosperous life or something like that. It is more pristine than that. So completely empty of all positions, all notions. Ask yourself, am I aware now? How you say yes? It's pristine. It's pristine. How you say yes. It's just that your mind won't agree with how pristine it is. Why is it pristine? Because if I ask you, is there a computer in front of you? You have to perceive it as an object. Then you say yes. All objects are perceived in this way. But this awareness, you don't perceive as an object. And yet you say yes. You don't have to use the concept I am awareness to say yes. You have not had a taste of awareness as if it is a phenomena, and still you say yes. What is the basis of that yes? It is not conceptual, it is not perceptual, it is not emotional. It is something much deeper than that. And don't give this insight over to the mind. Because the mind will come like a jealous friend. You're trying to tell them about your wonderful vacation. And you say, yeah, I did that 5 years ago. And also, by the way, I also did this. Did you do that? It will try to find reasons for why you are not there yet. So don't go to the mind for the freedom certificate. Just see that you are aware of your very existence. Which one is this one?